20 minutes past the hour, we ask you to listen closely to this one. Arguments today in a landmark legal case involving American citizen Jose Padilla. He's as much a citizen as you or I. He's the U.S. citizen that President Bush declared an enemy combatant back in 2002 and whom President Obama is now holding. The government held Padilla without charging him for with a single thing for 3.5 years. His now lawyers say the officials kept him in total darkness and complete isolation. They deprived him of sleep, they claim. They barred him from seeing his family and attorneys, they contend. They say his cell had no mattress, no blanket, no sheet, no pillow, and that he was often shackled in painful positions. An American citizen. And now they're suing, claiming the former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld and other government officials violated U.S. citizen Jose Padilla's civil and constitutional rights. You'll recall the Bush administration initially accused Padilla of plotting a dirty bomb attack, but the government never presented any evidence of that in court and eventually charged him with conspiring to provide material support to al-Qaeda after years of charging him with nothing. A conviction in that case is currently under appeal. So what now? Let's take it to the judge. Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano, the host of Freedom Watch on the Fox Business Network, weeknights in prime time. U.S. citizen Jose Padilla, whom all agree was charged with nothing, whom all agree was not allowed to see a lawyer for years on end,
right,
is now saying, you can't do this. I'm an American citizen. We have this Constitution. We have these laws.
On the eve of his case going to the Supreme Court of the United States, and after 4 years in a military brig in total isolation, the government sprung him from the military brig and charged him with an unrelated crime and moved him to the general population of a regular prison because they didn't want that case to go to the Supreme Court because they suspected, I think properly so, that they would lose it, that the Supreme Court would say you can't do this to an American. The law requires that when a person is arrested, they be brought before a judge within 48 hours. He spent 4 years with no charge, no lawyer, and no judge. So the violations of his rights are clear and on their face. What he's doing now is suing the government, not for money, but to have a judge declare that what they did to him was unlawful and unconstitutional, can never be done to him again once he finishes serving his time in this unrelated matter, and can never be done to another person again.
And I'll ask only because for formality's sake we should probably do that in this particular venue. As one who served on the New Jersey Superior Court, would you agree that his constitutional rights, the constitutional rights of an American citizen, have been violated?
The government doesn't even dispute that they were violated, and I obviously say his rights were violated because the violation of them is so obvious. This guy was born in Brooklyn, New York. He's as American as you and I and as most of the people watching us right now. This has never before happened to an American since the Civil War, when there was really very little law that was followed at the time when one side captured the other side's soldiers.
And then there's the other matter that is intertwined with this thing, and that is that the former president and the current president, the workers therefore, have said even were he to be acquitted, we would continue to hold him for the rest of his life, though convicted of nothing, this American citizen. Said it publicly.
A claim that has never been made by any Western government in the history of the world, that they could lock somebody up after a jury found them not guilty, or after they were convicted and served their time, just lock them up after they served their time. So that's the other reason that Mr. Padilla and his lawyers are moving to have the court declare this unconstitutional, because he fears as soon as he gets out of serving his time for the unrelated charge, they'll lock him up and do this to him again.
He fears it because his jailer, this president, and the previous president have told him so.
Correct. Now, Donald Rumsfeld, the principal defendant, has moved, properly so, to dismiss the case. A federal judge will decide that. They're hearing oral arguments today. The judge will probably rule on it in another week. If the case stays, guess who the principal witnesses are against Mr. Rumsfeld? Former officials of the Defense Department and the Justice Department who argued against doing this to Mr. Padilla at the time that Rumsfeld and the others allegedly authorized it.
For this reason?
Yes.
Didn't want to do that because they felt like, uh-oh, we're going to get in constitutional trouble later, because this has never been done to anyone by anyone in the history of the Western world.
They also feared that they could go to jail, because what they were doing was such a blatant violation of his natural and constitutionally guaranteed rights.
And as a side item, in case you've missed it, last week there was a vote on extending the Patriot Act. It failed because they didn't count the votes right, among other things. And now, what's going to happen with the extension of the Patriot Act?
With less than an hour of debate, with no committee hearings, and with no opportunity to offer amendments, the Republicans will push it through the Republican-controlled House of Representatives tonight. And everybody out there should know, as a result of that, federal agents can look at their medical records, their legal records, their computer records, their banking records on their own without going to a judge for a search warrant, as the Constitution requires.
An hour of debate, and it will be done under cloak of darkness.
You got it. That's the government.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, Shep.
You should watch The Judge weeknights on Freedom Watch, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock in downtown Oxford. It's the, what, are they giving you the power to prosper? And they are the fastest growing business network in all of television. And if you don't get the Fox Business Network, you should
demand it!
Demand the dang thing.